Hey, what's going on, subscribers? Welcome back to the channel. This is Flaming Profits here with this video today. Make sure to give a thumbs up for this video. Today I'm going to be talking about the possible recession that we might have soon. So if you guys are not informed, we're actually in the longest bull run that we've had in a while. Usually we always have some sort of major economic pullback in the stock market every 8 to 9 years, and it's been almost 10 years that we've gone without a serious downturn in the economy. As you can see here, we had the Great Recession during 2008 and 2009, and as you can see, there's two indexes that kind of track the whole market as a whole, and that would be like the Dow Jones Index and the S&P 500. And I'm going to show you on the graph that it actually does reflect the impact that 2008 and 2009 had on the overall stock market. In this video, I'm going to be talking about strategies that you might be able to implement during a time like this. That way, all of you all will be better prepared whenever we have a tough financial economic crisis, and that you guys can actually make a lot of money as well. So as you see here, the drop between 2000 and 2009, it's a big difference overall with the markets. If you stay investing consistently, you'll do well, but you also don't want to lose money. So if you can sell at the high peak that we're at right now and then buy more when it's really low, that sounds like a better idea to me. And as you can see, we're at the highest that we've ever been. It's a pullback is due very soon. It's been almost 7, 8, 9 years since this happened, and it reflects on the S&P 500 index. And next, I'm going to show you the Dow Jones Index. And as well, in the video, I'm going to show you some stocks that actually outperform the market whenever we have a tough economic crisis. There's actually a few stocks that do well when the market is bad, and this has to do with many factors. But I'll go in depth on the reasons why this happens, and also some strategies that you can do to make money during a time like this. Okay, so here goes the Dow Jones. It's pretty much the same thing. These are all indexes that reflect a lot of stocks in the stock market, basically all of them. So it's a really good indicator of how our economic situation is. That dip right there on the year chart was December 2018. We had a very a decent pullback, but not enough for to call it an actual recession. And it's normal to have pullbacks. It's actually what makes you be able to make higher highs. So it's important that we experience those moments. It's all part of investing in the economy. So as you can see there, the 2008 was the high peak, and then it dropped by a lot just the next year. So this is very important for all of us to consider and discuss and learn about. What are some strategies that we can use to make money and to not be impacted by stock prices going down in value? Recessions can cost a lot, such as businesses to go bankrupt, job losses, scarcity of money. That's why things get cheap, because there's almost no buyers. But I'm going to go over some strategies that you can implement. But it's very important that you guys listen and try to learn about this, because if you're uninformed, you're probably going to make bad decisions during this time, and you have to be prepared for these type of events. It's normal. It's nothing that should scare you or make you worry. As long as you prepare for it and be informed about it, I'm sure that you'll end up winning in many ways. And there's actually been a lot of stories of people who have become wealthy because of pullbacks or recessions or bad times in the economy. They were simply just well prepared and they took advantage. It's actually a good opportunity for us to have a recession because it means prices are cheaper, meaning you might be able to afford more shares and grow your portfolio big time. So I'm gonna get started here. I'm gonna list out different stocks that actually do well, as well as the explanation of them, why they do well. So this is gonna be Ross. Ross stores are discount clothing stores that offer pretty cheap clothing compared to other brand names. Whenever we have a tough economic crisis, people don't really buy expensive brands or luxury clothing. They usually go to discount stores, and Ross is one of those clothing stores that actually have higher sales during these times. Walmart's known for its cheap prices, so consumers tend to go there during these times, so they tend to do well during economic crises. AMGM produces medication, usually for cancer and other sicknesses. That's one of the things that people still continue to buy because it's a matter of living and health reasons, so they're going to continue taking their medication no matter what. So this AMGN always making money during these times. Bud Light, they make cheap beer, and usually people drink a lot during these times because it's stressful. McDonald's, cheap food. People don't have a lot of money, so they tend to buy the cheapest things they can buy for food. Dollar Tree. This is dollar store. Everything's pretty much $1, so they tend to have higher sales when people have less money. It kind of makes sense. And you can tell by looking at the charts of these companies. It's pretty obvious that they do well during these times. They don't get affected as bad. Other investments that you can make that go up in value during a recession is gold. Gold, people tend to buy gold during economic crisis because they think the value of the dollar will go down dramatically and that money isn't even of value anymore because gold has been the standard for so long that they kind of fall back on that always. So you can actually tell from charts that gold indexes go up in value. Also Bitcoin, a cryptocurrency, it becomes sort of like the replacement for gold and dollars. Inverse S&P 500 ETF. I don't know if you guys knew, but you can actually invest in, you know how I show you the S&P 500? There's an index that's the opposite of the S&P 500. So when the S&P 500 goes down, that stock goes up dramatically in value, meaning you can make money whenever the economy is bad by you investing in the index fund. And this index fund that's the inverse of the S&P 500 is actually available in the stock market. And I'm going to show you a graph of it. That way you can see on the recent pullback that we had in December 2018, the inverse S&P 500 ETF actually went up in value pretty dramatically, so it's a good way to make money. It's important that you know that you can always make money even if the economy is good or bad. You just have to allocate your money in different places through time. Alright, so here I'm going to break down a couple of the stocks that do well during tough economic crises. This is going to be McDonald's stock. I'm going to show you the graph. So 5 years, pretty good solid growth. We haven't had a pullback during that time. The max chart, there you go. So as you can see there, it didn't really have any major effect on the stock during those times that the economy was bad. It has been uptrending. It hasn't had any issues, any major pullbacks that you can see. And that's exactly what I'm talking about, that these stocks usually don't get affected that much for economic difficult times. In fact, they actually tend to grow more during those times. They outpace the S&P 500 easily. And this is going to be pretty much the same example with AMGN. So this is the max chart. This one seemed like it did go down very little bit, but it was almost no difference in the performance. It has still continued to go up even during those tough years. Alright, so next we have Bud stock. Alright, so this is the max chart. This is a pretty weird stock chart, but yeah, as you can see, still growing. Not that drastic, but it's pretty much a flat stock. Walmart. I definitely recommend you guys to look up any stock that you might be interested in and observe the patterns, the graphs. They tell a lot for the performance. You can easily pick winning stocks with this strategy. It's usually known as technical analysis, and you can get really good at it if you practice it more and more. So as you see there, these stocks do really well. They continue to grow. Even they don't get impacted during difficult economic times. Here I'll show you the next one, which will be Rost stock. This is actually a really good stock in my opinion. It has very good performance, and it does have dips here and there, so great stock to buy when it's down. It's probably really cheap for them to buy clothing, so they make good money reselling it. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more videos like this. I like discussing topics like this to help you all out, and I want you all to comment down below if you've ever been investing in the stock market during a recession. What was your experience like? Did you struggle? How are businesses? How do stocks do during times like this? Yeah, that will be interesting for everyone to see and to hear. This is a Dollar Tree. As you can see, no major pullback like the overall S&P 500. These companies tend to do pretty well. And next I'm going to show you the inverse of the S&P 500 that you can do on Robinhood. It's actually called shorting a stock. Kind of like betting against the growth. And one obvious sign that this is accurate is going to show you December 2018. It's a uphill like mountain pattern on the bottom. That's actually during December 2018 when we had that low for the year, and it's actually is shown as a high peak on this stock. And this is going to be SDS. You can search for it on Robinhood, and you can sort of start observing it from time to time. It should be obvious that when it's up, the economy is doing bad overall. So it's a good one to add to your watch list and keep watching it consistently. I wish Robinhood had max charts. It only shows you 5 years as a max. And next I'm going to show you Bitcoin. Bitcoin, I'm pretty sure people will fall back to that whenever we have a economic crisis. So it's another one to add to your watch list. And I'm actually considering making a video about, is Bitcoin a good buying opportunity right now?